This is Psalm Masters, where silence turns to shock and calm turns to chaos. Sudden explosions, fierce flames, and heart-stopping moments. Don't blink. The next explosion is just seconds away. Welcome to Psalm Masters. Absolutely jaw-dropping. This is large-scale industrial rock blasting in action. Precisely timed explosions detonate in sequence, shattering massive rock formations like the Earth itself is cracking open. Thunderous blasts echo as debris flies through the air, and dense clouds of dust engulf the entire area. It's controlled chaos, a raw, explosive force reshaping the landscape before your eyes. A massive explosion occurred right on the street, shaking the entire area and bringing traffic to a complete standstill. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky, engulfing the surrounding area. In response, numerous police vehicles and fire trucks rushed to the scene, quickly sealing off the area and launching rescue and firefighting operations. The atmosphere turned tense and chaotic, leaving nearby residents in a state of shock and fear. An ammunition depot was hit by a series of intense secondary attacks, triggering massive fires and multiple violent explosions. The area shook under the force of the blast as flames engulfed the facility, sending thick black smoke billowing into the air. The destruction was extensive, leaving the entire site in chaos and devastation.
А на Киржач закрыли дорогу.
Дальше, буквально километра полтора-два.
Maar Ingel,
Ja, dat is de niet, dat is
mama sien lollies. Pak het, Jana. Jo, Jana, hierdie
A massive fire erupted fiercely in the dead of night. Thick black smoke billowing high, engulfing the entire area. Panic-stricken people were seen running chaotically in every direction, desperately trying to escape the raging flames that spread uncontrollably.
Is hierdie een van hierdie plek is my pa se vriend se plek. Ja.
Wie goed jy kan bly wees ons het al geloop, nê. Nee.
Ja.
So ek wil net sê kippie.
Ek wil net my baadjie bring.
Ja, amper tot hier, ry maar huis.
What started as a seemingly ordinary car fire quickly turned into a terrifying disaster. At first, just a faint trail of smoke and a few small flames emerged from the engine bay. But within seconds, a rapid series of 5 to 6 violent explosions ripped through the vehicle, like fireworks detonating in the middle of the street. Each explosion sent shockwaves through the air, igniting massive fireballs that engulfed the entire car. Thick black smoke spiraled upward, blanketing the sky above. The force of the blast shattered the windows, sending shards flying in all directions. Bystanders screamed and ran in panic, trying to escape the danger zone. In moments, the car was nothing more than a charred, twisted metal frame. Police forces were dispatched to the scene, but the damage was already evident. The car had been completely incinerated, and the surrounding area was shrouded in a heavy atmosphere filled with thick smoke and the acrid stench of burning. Approaching the vehicle was impossible, as multiple items inside had continued to explode in succession, posing a serious danger.
خلاص
The flames roared fiercely, engulfing the entire house in a blazing sea of fire, spreading rapidly and relentlessly as everything seemed to be consumed before our eyes. Firefighters rushed in, spraying powerful streams of water, desperately trying to contain the raging blaze. Despite their relentless efforts, The damage to the home has become severe, painting a tragic and haunting scene.
I don't know.
A racing car was carefully being loaded onto a tow truck, ready to be taken for repairs after a malfunction. Suddenly, its engine catastrophically failed and exploded with a deafening blast. The explosion shook the entire area, sending bystanders into a panic as they scattered in all directions. Thick smoke and flames rose high, leaving behind a chaotic and tragic scene, especially heartbreaking because it was a powerful supercar, a symbol of speed and strength.
As we can tell, Charger exploded, and when it launched the turbine wheel out, it blew the elbow off of it. It went back, hit the cold side just above the air intake, which aspirated the engine. Then there was nothing stopping it, and all the shutoffs would have failed. It continued backwards, hit the breather filter, sheared that off, and shattered the windshield. It just ran away on its own oil after that. There was no way we could stop it.
I saw the driver got out pretty quickly.
An electric vehicle malfunctioned on the highway and suddenly exploded with tremendous force. Flames erupted from the engine compartment, accompanied by thick black smoke rising high into the sky, forcing nearby vehicles to come to an abrupt stop. The explosion caused panic, with people fleeing the scene, turning the busy highway into a scene of chaos. It appears this was an explosion caused by a severe accident. The deafening blast sent shockwaves through the neighborhood, triggering a wave of panic as people fled in terror. Thick white smoke billowed upward, forming a towering plume that pierced the sky, evidence that the explosion was anything but minor. Even from a distance, the scene resembled a battlefield erupting in the midst of the city.
No sé, pegó con las otras personas. Mi auto está ahí. Mi auto estaba ahí. Sí. Y todo lo de la bodega. Y mi computador. Y todo lo que trasladamos no se oye.
At an EV charging station, a car suddenly bursts into flames while plugged in. The fire spreads with terrifying speed, engulfing two nearby vehicles in seconds. Intense flames and thick black smoke fill the area, forcing bystanders to flee in panic. The situation escalates within moments, highlighting the unpredictable danger of electric-related explosions. A convertible car suddenly burst into flames right on a busy street. The fire surged fiercely, engulfing the front of the vehicle, while thick black smoke spiraled upward, darkening the sky above. The car appeared to have suffered severe destruction. Sparks and flames erupted like a furious inferno. Thankfully, firefighters arrived swiftly on the scene. They wasted no time deploying hoses, battling the raging blaze. Within minutes, the fire was brought under control, though the damage was already devastating. This is likely the largest explosion witnessed throughout the entire Ukraine war. The bomb erupted with a thunderous blast, sending shockwaves through the air, while thick, choking black smoke billowed relentlessly, engulfing everything in its path. The sky darkened as flames roared fiercely, casting an eerie glow over the devastated landscape. The scene was one of utter devastation and horror, a brutal reminder of the merciless and relentless nature of war.
Ебать, да тут осколок впал нахуй. Охуеть.
The fire raged with terrifying intensity, crackling and roaring as it devoured everything in its path. The house was being swallowed whole by the flames, the sounds echoing with eerie violence. Thick black smoke billowed upward, covering the sky. The inferno continued to blaze uncontrollably, reducing everything to ashes. A massive explosion has just occurred, triggering a devastating blaze that has caused numerous casualties and sent shockwaves through the area. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing everything in a raging inferno. Towering plumes of thick black smoke are rising hundreds of meters into the air, choking the skies and drastically reducing visibility. Amid the chaos, firefighters are risking their lives, attacking the flames from multiple angles with high-powered water cannons. Sirens wail, screams echo, and the roar of fire fills the air, a harrowing scene reminiscent of a battlefield.
Смотрите, какой пожар. А тут уже склады вот рядом. А вот мост, по которому мы едем. Смотрите, какой пожар. А вот здание дома.
Before the fire broke out, local residents reported hearing a loud explosion. Moments later, a fierce blaze erupted, with flames spreading rapidly and thick black smoke rising high and forcefully into the air. The terrifying scene sent shockwaves through the neighborhood as people watched the devastating power of the fire unfold.
Все бегут. Смотрите, все бегут. Да. И едут. Смотрите, сколько машин. Здесь страшно находиться. Очень страшно. Здесь вообще просто. Надо бежать отсюда. Милиция приехала. А вон бензовозы стоят. И на территории тоже стоят. Полным-полно. Здесь жарко становится.
A yacht on the river is engulfed in flames, the fire raging as if trying to consume the entire vessel. Nearby boats are desperately spraying water, racing against time in an effort to save the burning yacht from total destruction.
Охуеть, там огонь видно прямо. Файрлайн 74.
Пиздец. Сгорело нахуй якобы. Такая вот хуйня происходит, ребят. Следите за проводкой, будьте все здоровы, а.
In the calm daylight sky, a monstrous steel beast crept forward, slow, heavy, cutting through the air with an ominous presence that drew every eye from below. Then, in an instant no one could anticipate, a deafening explosion ripped the sky apart. A massive fireball erupted, blazing violently in midair, incinerating everything within reach. Shards of metal rained down like deadly confetti, while black smoke billowed and darkened the horizon. On the ground, chaos erupted. Screams pierced the air as people scrambled in every direction, gripped by sheer terror. Some, driven by desperation or duty, rushed toward the inferno, wielding buckets, hoses, anything they could find, in a hopeless attempt to tame the raging blaze that was swallowing the world around them. A vehicle burned violently by the roadside, flames roaring and tearing through its metal frame. As firefighters battled to contain the blaze, a sudden, deafening explosion erupted, the car detonated. Fire and debris shot in all directions, while thick smoke billowed high into the sky, leaving onlookers stunned by the sheer intensity of the blast.
Holy shit! What? What the? Holy sh... Yo! Holy shit! Yo! What the fuck? Yo, is it? Yo! Yo, what the? I think he's dead, bro.
Thick plumes of smoke rise relentlessly from the heart of the fire, rolling like ghostly white waves that stretch across the sky. The air grows heavy. Visibility fades as the dense smoke blots out the sunlight. The scene is blanketed in tension and dread, a haunting reminder of the fire's destructive power. Even as the fire subsides, faint flashes continue to erupt from within, small, crackling bursts like leftover fireworks in the aftermath. These lingering sparks are strange and unsettling, a subtle warning that the danger may not yet be over. Aerial footage captures the terrifying moment a massive blaze erupts, spewing hundreds of fiery sparks into the air like a storm of glowing embers. A strong gust from below appears to fuel the flames, propelling them high into the sky. The entire scene is both mesmerizing and horrifying, as the inferno engulfs the area in a sea of red-hot fire. A massive house fire raged fiercely, with crackling explosions echoing from within the roaring flames. Firefighters were already on the scene, battling the blaze. Suddenly, the building erupted in a violent explosion, sending smoke and debris billowing across the area. Chaos followed, and significant damage is expected. A vehicle transporting oxygen tanks suddenly caught fire in the middle of the street, triggering a series of violent explosions that shook the entire area. The flames erupted with intense force, engulfing the truck within moments. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, blanketing the road and drastically reducing visibility. Surrounding homes and vehicles are at serious risk as the fire threatens to spread. The scene descended into chaos, with sirens wailing and emergency crews rushing to contain the inferno before it causes further destruction.